you ever found yourself wondering what really happens behind closed doors when a narcissist is left alone with their own thoughts and behaviors? Picture for a moment the individual who captivates others with effortless charm, who seems to command every space with a sense of superiority, suddenly revealing a side so raw, so stripped of social grace, that it leaves you feeling both disturbed and deeply saddened. Today, we'll be delving into one of the most eye-opening and provocative areas in the study of personality disorders. The 6 disgusting things that narcissists always do when they are alone. This isn't about passing judgment or indulging in sensationalism. It's about revealing the private rituals and compulsions that arise from years of emotional manipulation, deeply rooted insecurity, and an unrelenting desire to control. Throughout this discussion, we will examine these behaviors thoroughly, drawing upon clinical observations, grounded psychological research, and compelling real-life case studies. I encourage you to stay with me until the end as we peel back the layers of narcissistic behavior and reveal what truly unfolds in the solitude of a narcissist's life. A life that, beneath its polished exterior, is often governed by disturbing rituals that act both as a defense mechanism and a plea for validation. Welcome to this in-depth exploration of the concealed and at times repulsive habits that narcissists tend to display when they are no longer under the gaze of others. I invite you to walk this path with me as we uncover the 6 repugnant behaviors that narcissists exhibit when left alone. Before we begin, please take a moment to subscribe to our channel, like this video, and share it with anyone who might gain insight from understanding these complex psychological dynamics. Your support plays a crucial role in creating a community that values empathy, self-awareness, and healing. In this session, I will be presenting these behaviors using clear and accessible language, explaining how what remains hidden from public view often exposes the darker layers of a narcissist's inner life. Relying on my professional experience as a psychologist and backed by credible research, we'll explore how these behaviors aren't random or eccentric. They are symptoms of the narcissist's compulsive need to safeguard their fragile self-image. Whether you've had direct experience with narcissistic abuse or are simply curious about what unfolds in private, this exploration will offer you the knowledge to better understand and potentially anticipate the troubling patterns that emerge when a narcissist is left alone with nothing but their own mind. Let us begin by examining the nature of narcissistic behavior and what occurs when the constant pursuit of external affirmation is abruptly taken out of the equation. First, consider the narcissist's relationship with their own reflection. When in solitude, many narcissists partake in a nearly obsessive routine of self-admiration. They may linger in front of mirrors for extended periods, not just adjusting their appearance, but engaging in prolonged sessions of self-flattery. They often repeat affirmations, fixate on any perceived flaws, and may even record themselves, only to replay and scrutinize their own image in minute detail. To an outsider, this might appear comedic or pitiful, but in truth, it is a desperate attempt to affirm their sense of worth in the absence of external approval. Research within the field of personality psychology frequently identifies this behavior as a defining characteristic of narcissism. The mirror, in this case, becomes a stand-in for the audience they so desperately miss. And when there's no one around to validate their image, they turn inward, caught in a perpetual loop of self-obsession. This ritual of self-admiration, often accompanied by excessive grooming or cosmetic application, is a way for narcissists to preserve the illusion of flawlessness, even if it is ultimately a fragile facade built upon manipulation and chronic insecurity. Another revolting habit narcissists engage in while alone is covert self-talk that fluctuates between grandiosity and self-contempt. During private moments, narcissists may swing from boasting about their supposed superiority to harshly chastising themselves for the slightest imperfection or perceived failure. This inner dialogue isn't mere self-reflection. It's a volatile internal battle between the image they present to the world and the deeply buried feelings of inadequacy that lurk beneath. Psychologists have noted how this conflict can emerge as audible outbursts, with the narcissist talking to themselves in a way that is both egotistical and despairing. Sometimes, they even refer to themselves in the third person, as though casting themselves as both the admired hero and the tragic victim of their own narrative. This behavior is particularly unsettling because it exposes the duality of their existence, a public persona that appears impenetrable and confident, and a private self haunted by relentless self-criticism. This contradictory self-talk illustrates the instability at their core and stands out as one of the more disturbing aspects of their behavior in solitude. Alongside this, narcissists frequently demonstrate obsessive digital habits when left alone. In today's world, where social media plays such a dominant role in seeking validation, many narcissists immerse themselves for hours in scrolling, curating, and analyzing their digital presence. They may painstakingly review likes, comments, and shares from past posts, or obsessively browse the profiles of former admirers or rivals. This obsessive behavior can consume them entirely, creating a kind of digital dependency where each notification or message serves as a proxy for their self-worth. Studies reveal that excessive social media use can be especially harmful to individuals with narcissistic traits because it traps them in a toxic loop of validation and rejection. Isolated from meaningful human connection, the narcissist becomes ensnared in a virtual reality where every absence of praise feels like rejection, compounding their already intense feelings of emptiness. This compulsive digital surveillance is far from harmless. It is a troubling testament to how badly they crave constant admiration, even in isolation. A fourth repulsive behavior seen in narcissists when they are alone is the indulgence in elaborate revenge fantasies. These imaginings often include detailed, vivid scenarios where they regain control and punish those who have wronged them, whether those slights were real or imagined. In private, the narcissist might draft extensive notes or even record audio detailing how they would retaliate against individuals who have dared to undermine their authority. Though these fantasies may never translate into real-world actions, they function as an outlet for repressed anger and accumulated frustration. Psychological studies confirm that narcissists are especially susceptible to harboring vindictive thoughts, as criticism or rejection tends to trigger powerful urges for retribution. The fact that these dark plans are nurtured in private only adds to their danger, as they remain unchecked by external perspectives. This secretive plotting underscores the latent cruelty that lies beneath the narcissist's polished exterior, making this one of the most chilling aspects of their private behavior. The fifth disturbing behavior is the narcissist's tendency towards self-destructive coping mechanisms when they're alone. While they may outwardly exude confidence and self-control, behind closed doors, many turn to substance abuse, reckless acts, or even self-harm to numb their internal anguish. This behavior is more than just escapism. It's a learned response to the chaotic inner life created by years of rejection, emotional manipulation, and deep insecurity. Clinical observations have repeatedly shown that such destructive tendencies are common among narcissists, especially when they are forced to confront the painful truths of their own vulnerability. Whether it's alcohol, drugs, or other risky behaviors, these actions serve to temporarily dull the agony of their self-loathing and the relentless weight of unmet expectations. It's a tragic and unsettling pattern that reveals just how far their internal conflict can drive them, exposing a level of self-hatred that lies beneath the mask of superiority. The sixth and final disgusting thing narcissists often do when alone is engage in compulsive self-aggrandizement through ritualistic behavior and distorted internal narratives. In the privacy of their own environment, where no one is watching, they may construct elaborate routines to continually inflate their ego. This includes everything from prolonged mirror-gazing and self-affirmations to reordering their surroundings to align with an idealized self-image. They might also fantasize about future success and domination in exaggerated, almost delusional ways. Accompanying these behaviors is often a running inner monologue, dramatic, self-congratulatory, and laced with underlying desperation. The need to reinforce their self-importance becomes an obsession, bordering on pathological. Every minor task becomes saturated with self-praise, yet each moment spent alone emphasizes the vast chasm between their ideal self and the hollow emptiness they try to deny. While these rituals may appear ridiculous or even sad to outsiders, they reflect a deep psychological wound. one forged by narcissistic abuse, delusion, and chronic emotional insecurity. As we reflect on these 6 disgusting behaviors, compulsive self-admiration, conflicted self-talk, obsessive digital tracking, revenge fantasies, self-destructive coping, and ritualistic self-aggrandizement, it becomes evident that these are not just eccentric quirks. They are profound indicators of emotional trauma and inner instability. Each of these actions, though disturbing, offers a revealing glimpse into the turbulent psyche of a narcissist. A person split between the polished mask they show the world and the tormented reality they hide inside. From a psychological viewpoint, these behaviors are maladaptive coping strategies, mechanisms developed in response to years of rejection, manipulation, and unmet emotional needs. Clinical research consistently shows that individuals with narcissistic traits struggle immensely with inner turmoil, particularly in isolation. The behaviors they exhibit when no one is watching are often the most honest and painful expressions of their suffering. Importantly, while these behaviors are undeniably disturbing, they should also prompt understanding, not just condemnation. Behind the narcissist's destructive habits lies a person shaped by unhealed trauma and an insatiable need for validation. As a psychologist, I've witnessed firsthand how these private behaviors can offer valuable insight into the inner world of narcissists, both as warning signs and as potential entry points for therapeutic healing. Recognizing these patterns is essential for anyone in a relationship, personal, professional, or otherwise, with a narcissist. These actions are not a reflection of your worth, but rather a mirror of their internal disarray. Developing awareness allows you to set healthy boundaries, seek support, and if necessary, step away from toxic environments. By doing so, you protect your own well-being while also contributing to a greater understanding of how to navigate these complex dynamics. In conclusion, the 6 disgusting things narcissists always do in private: compulsive self-admiration, conflicted internal dialogue, obsessive digital behavior, vindictive fantasizing, destructive coping mechanisms, and ego-boosting rituals, paint a stark, unfiltered portrait of their inner world. These are not harmless quirks. They are echoes of deep psychological pain and a lifelong struggle for control and validation. By shining a light on these hidden behaviors, we deepen our understanding of narcissistic pathology and empower ourselves to heal and grow from the toxic patterns they often leave behind. Thank you for staying with me through this in-depth look into the secret lives of narcissists. I hope you found this discussion insightful, informative, and validating. Your support is vital in building a community focused on empathy, emotional clarity, and genuine healing. Let's continue this conversation and support one another in navigating the difficult terrain of trauma, self-perception, and psychological recovery. Thank you again, and I look forward to continuing this journey with you in future discussions about emotional resilience, healing, and personal transformation. What are your views on this? Share your thoughts in the comments below. I will personally read all of your comments. And if you seriously want to level up in life, don't forget to show some love by hitting the like and subscribe button. Stay strong. Until next time.